Hello viewers, Wagadaruna taking you through the story for Olevel Physics Paper 1. And this video I'm going to go through the marking guide for Senior 4 of Physics 1 for UNEB of the year 2022. So this video is suitable for students in Senior 4 preparing to sit for UNEB of 2023. So like we said, this month will be used to upload videos for MOT exams, UNEB exams, and mock exams. So MOT was done, and now we are on UNEB. And today we're going to upload go through the video for UNEB Physics 1 of 2022 Senior 4. So this paper consists of Section A and Section B. Section A consists of objectives, 40 objectives, which is 40 marks, and Section B consists of 10 short answer questions, each is for 4 marks, giving you a total of 40 marks. So all have to be answered. So we shall start with question 1. Question 1 says, an instrument which applies the hydraulic principle is: 1 is lift pump, manometer, siphon, and rubber sucker. So all these ones are on atmospheric pressure, and the one which applies hydraulic principle is a lift pump. Therefore, we shall come up with the correct answer was A. Question 2 says, which one of the following is the SI unit of volume? Milliliter, centimeters cubed, millimeter cubed, and meter cubed. So, liter is also for volume but not the SI unit. Centimeters cubed denotes volume but not SI unit. Millimeter cubed is also for volume but not the SI unit. And the only SI unit is meter cubed. So the correct answer was D. Question 3 says, a stream of fast-moving electrons is referred to as: Part A, X-rays, gamma rays, light rays, and cathode rays. So yeah, X-rays, no. Gamma rays, no. Because X-rays are electromagnetic waves. Gamma rays, they are not. Light rays, no. Then the only option is cathode rays. Question 4 says, which one of the following is an industrial use of X-rays? Treatment of cancer, microwave cooking, satellite communication, inspection of welds in steel pipes. Treatment of cancer is okay, but this is biological. Yet they wanted industrial. Microwave cooking, no. Satellite communication, no. Then inspection of welds in steel pipes is industrial. So this was biological, but they wanted industrial. That's why it is not off, it's not on. These ones are not industrial uses of X-rays. So the only option which is industrial was D. Then question 4 says, which one of the following diagrams represents the symbol of a fixed resistor? Okay, this one is for a resistor, but when there is this arrow, it means it is variable, and they call it a rheostat. This one is for a resistor, and there's no arrow, meaning it is a fixed resistor. This one is for a dry cell, and this one is for nothing. So, no, 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 and the only option is B. Question 6. A piece of wire of length 12 centimeters is stretched by 2.5 centimeters when a mass of 5 kilograms is hung on it. Find the stretch in the length of the wire when a mass of 8 kilograms is hung on it. So here, this is under extension. This will be the original length, and this stretched by, so that is the extension at first when the mass is this. So x1 is that when m1 is this. What about when the mass is this? We don't know the extension. So you come and say that force is directly proportional to extension, meaning that, and force is the weight, mg. Therefore, m1g divided by m2g is equal to x1 over x2. This g can cancel and remain with just m1 over m2 is equal to x1 over x2. Then I'll substitute what I know. m1 is 5, m2 is 8, x1 is 2.5, x2 is what I want. So my work is to look for a way of making x2 the subject. The first thing will be cross multiplying this with this and this with that to give you this step. Then next will be to divide both sides by 5 to make x2 the subject. Now you realize that of these ones, this is not okay. Okay, this one is not okay because there is 12 and there is 8. This one is okay and this one is not okay. So the only option was C. Question 7 says, which one of the following materials becomes permanently magnetized by induction when subjected to the same magnetizing force? There is steel, there is iron, copper, brass. So this one is permanently magnetized. So the option will be B. So question 8 says, the base of a Bunsen burner is made broad in order to, part A, make its vertical line through the center of gravity fall out of its base, and part B, raise its center of gravity, part C, lower its center of gravity, and part D, reduce its stability. So when the base is broad, it implies that stability increases, so this is not okay. Then 2, when it is broad, center of gravity cannot be raised. Center of gravity can only be raised when the load is put up at the top, but now the base is at the bottom, meaning center of gravity is lowered. Make its vertical line through the center of gravity fall out of its base. This is not okay. So the only option is C. Then question 9, a radioactive nucleus of an element Y is represented by the symbol this 28892Y. Which one of the following represents the atomic number of an element formed after an alpha decay by Y? So when there is an alpha decay, the mass number reduces by 4, as you can see here, while the atomic number reduces by 2, as you see here. So the resultant gives you the mass number of 284 and atomic number of 90. So the equation was, which one of the following represents the atomic number? So shall look for 90. This is not okay, this is not okay, this is not okay. The correct answer is 90. Then question 10 says, which one of the following characteristics are for the image of an object placed twice the focal length of a concave mirror? So twice the focal length is radius of curvature, so it is placed at the center of curvature. So by now you should be knowing them in your head, the position of the image based on the position of the object. But for the case of visualizing it, let's try to draw a graph, a sketch, a radiogram. So you have a mirror, converging mirror, we have principal focus and center of curvature. So twice the focal length, this is focal length 1, focal length twice, so it is placed at the center of curvature. So we are going to draw two rays, one array parallel and close the principal axis. It is reflected to pass through the principal focus. Then a ray passing through the principal focus, it is reflected parallel to the principal axis. Then the intersection shows the position of the image, of the head of the image. Therefore, you come and draw that. You are going to realize that from here, image height is 1, 2. Even here, image height is 1, 2. That is 1, 2. The object is placed at the principal at the center of curvature. Also, the image is placed at the center of curvature. That means that the image is same size as object. 2, the image is inverted. And 3, the image is real. So when you look here, real, it is okay, inverted, okay, but this word magnified makes that option not okay. Virtual, it makes already not okay. Not okay, not okay. Then here, virtual, not okay, inverted, okay, diminished, not okay. Real, okay, inverted, okay, same size, okay. So the correct answer was D. So question 11 says, which of the following actions should be carried out to reduce power loss in cables during power transmission? Roman 1, use thicker wires. Roman 2, transmit power at high voltages. And Roman 3, transmit power at low voltages. So part A says, Roman 1 only, transmit power at high voltage. This is correct, but is it the only one? No. Use thicker wires. When you use thicker wires, the resistance reduces, and therefore the power loss reduces. So it is also correct. Transmit power at high current. When there's high current, then the power will reduce. Why are we doing that? It is because power is equal to I squared R. Okay, meaning when resistance increases, the power loss also increases. But here they said use thicker wires. When you use thicker wires, the resistance reduces. Therefore, power reduces. So this is okay. Transmit power at high voltages. When you transmit power at high voltages, it means that the power loss during the transmission wires reduces. Then when we transmit power at high current, it is not okay, because there will be a lot of heat generated due to this I squared R. So the power loss, they mean I squared R losses. High current and high resistance makes high power loss. Low current and low resistance makes it reduce the power loss. So why have we said, so we have seen that this is not okay and this is okay, but why have we said that when you transmit power at high voltages, power loss reduces? It is because V is equal to IR. So when V is high and R is constant, it means that I must reduce. And when I reduces, then the power loss will reduce because of this I squared R. So this is correct. Now we're going to look for option 1 and 2. And option 1 and 2 is this part B, meaning this is not okay, this is not okay, and this is not okay. So we shall come and say the correct option is B. Question 12. Which one of the following shows elastic collision? A rubber ball bounces off the table and continues moving. Okay. A piece of plasticine falling on a table and sticking on it. Okay. A moving body colliding with a stationary body and sticking together after collision. Okay. A moving body colliding with another moving body and sticking together after collision. So there are two types of collision. There is elastic and inelastic. When there is elastic, it means the body is separate. When it is inelastic, the bodies stick together. Now in part D, we have this word sticking together. Part C, we have the word sticking together. Part B, we have the word sticking together. But part D, we have bouncing off. Meaning this B is not okay, C is not okay, D is not okay, and the correct answer is A. Question 13 says, a cylinder of base area 4 centimeters squared and height 2 centimeters has a mass of 20 grams. Find the density in grams per centimeter cubed. So we know that volume is, first of all, because mass is density over volume, where when density, it means, density is mass over volume. Therefore, when density, you have to get mass, which we have, but we don't have volume. So we are going to first calculate volume by saying base area times height, and which gives you that. Now we are not simplifying this because of the way the question is. I think you see here there is just 4 over 2. So when you simplify, it will confuse us. So that's why you're leaving it as 4 times 2. Then from there we shall say that density is mass over volume. Mass is 20 and volume is 4 times 2. When we compare, this is not okay, this is not okay, this is not okay, and this is okay. So the correct answer is A. Question 14, it says, figure 1 shows a coil PQRT of a galvanometer between its magnetic pole pieces south and north. When current flows through the coil, which parts experience a force that causes it to rotate? So rotating means, here I drew it when looking from up, so rotating means it is in this form. And for it to rotate, a force has to be here, for example, going this side, and here going the other side. For that to happen, it means that we have to use this rule, Fleming's right-hand rule, where one is motion, another one is field, another one is current. Now field is already here, current will be already here, and therefore the motion will be this side. So for the force, the sides which experience a force are this side and this side, PQ and RT. So let's look for that. Q only is not okay, QR only is not okay, RT is not okay, only because it is only there are two sides. Then this is okay because it gives both sides. Question 15, it says, how much work is done when a man lifts a mass of 4 kilograms vertically through a height of 8 meters for 3 seconds? So we know that work done is force times distance, and force is mg, distance is the height. So force mass is that, g is a constant, and height is 8 to give you 320 joules. So the correct answer would be C. This is not okay, not okay, not okay. It's only this one. Question 16. Figure 2 shows a displacement distance curve for waves traveling on a sea. Which one of the following pairs of points are one wavelength apart? So one wavelength, it must complete a cycle. Let's look at P and R. P is here, R is here. That is only a half cycle, so this is not okay. Let's look at QS. Q is here, S is here. That's also a half wavelength, which is not okay. Let's look at QT. Q is here and T is here. So it has completed a cycle, so QT is okay. What about ST? S is here, T is here. That is also a half wavelength. So the correct answer will be C. Then we shall go to question 17. It says, a stone is projected upwards with a velocity of 10 meters per second. Find the time taken to reach maximum height where acceleration due to gravity is 10. So here we shall look for the first equation of motion, V is equal to U minus GT. Then substitute for V, which is 0 because of the word maximum height. U, which is 10, it was given here. G, which is 10, it is a constant, and T is the unknown. Now, our aim is to make T the subject. The first thing to do is to take this one, this side, to come up with 10T. Then we can divide both sides by 10 to give you 1 second. So this is not okay, this is okay, this is not okay, not okay. So the correct answer will be B. 18 says, polarization in a simple cell can be minimized by part A, Roman 1, occasionally brushing the node plate, which is okay, adding polarizers which oxidize hydrogen to water, dipping the plates in Kong sulfuric acid and then mercury. So it's not okay. Therefore, we shall come and say that A on Roman 3 only, 1 and 2, it is okay, 2 and 3, not okay, all of them, not okay. So the correct answer will be B. 19 says, water waves are produced in a ripple tank using a vibrator of frequency 4 kHz. Find the wavelength of the wave if the speed of the waves is 60 meters per second. So we know that 4 kHz is 4000 Hz and velocity is 60. We know the formula that V is equal to F times lambda, where this is velocity, frequency, wavelength. So my work is to substitute for V and for F and look for making wavelength the subject. So when I divide through by 4000, I'll come up with 0.015. But the question here, they want you to express in scientific notation. So I'll come and say this is 1, 2, meaning the answer will be 1.5 times 10 to the power negative 2, which is this. So this is not okay, not okay, not okay. So the correct answer will be A. Question 20 says, nails with sharp ends pierce better than those with blunt ones because sharp nails allow a force to act on a small area and produce large pressure. This is okay because a small area produces large pressure. Allow a force to act on a small area to produce small pressure. It is not okay. So when area is small, pressure is big. Why is it so? It is because pressure is equal to force over area. So when area is small, pressure is big. Have small area that reduces the force exerted and hence high pressure. So it is true that a small area produces high pressure, but the problem is this extra word that a small area reduces the force. That is not okay. So this shall cross this out. Have a large area. This word already, it is not okay. The word large area is not okay. That increases the force. It is also not okay. And hence high pressure. It is true there is high pressure, but the pressure is not because of the large area. So this is not okay. So the only option, which is the only statement which is correctly written, is A. Then question 21. A cuboid of dimensions 10 centimeters by 6 centimeters by 5 centimeters is made of a material of density 15 grams per centimeter cubed. What is the tension in a string that freely supports the cuboid. So there is a string, it supports the cuboid. So the weight will be equal to the tension. So our aim is to look for weight, but we can't look for weight when we don't have the mass. So we're going to come and say, and we can't get mass when we don't have volume. So the first thing to do is to get volume over cuboid, length times width times height, to give you 300 centimeters cubed. Then from there, we have volume now and we have density, we can get mass. So mass is density times volume to give you this. And now that we have mass, we can get the weight. Mass in kilograms is 4.5 and weight will be mg, which is this times 10 to give you 45. And that weight is the same as the tension. So this is not okay. This is okay, this is not okay, and this isn't okay. So the correct answer is B. So now shall go to question 22. It says, the linear momentum of a body was uniformly increased from this to this. Okay. If the time taken was 2 seconds, find the applied force. Remember, force is equal to rate of change of momentum. That is Newton's second law, meaning that force times time is equal to change in momentum. Therefore, force is what we want. Time was 2 seconds, and change in momentum, remember, it was from 3 to 11. So the change will be 11 minus 3. So 11 minus 3 gives you 8. And now realize it is only F which is the unknown. So how can we make it the subject? By dividing both sides by 2 to give you 4 Newton. So this is okay, this is not okay, not okay, not okay. So the correct answer is A. Then question 23 says, an ammeter is connected in series with the load to measure current through the load. It is true an ammeter measures current and it is connected in series. To measure PD, PD is not okay because it's a voltmeter which measures PD. To increase the PD across the load, no, it only measures current. Increase the current through the load, no. So the only answer is part A. Question 24 says, a pinhole camera of length 20 centimeters forms an image of height 5 centimeters. If the object is 25 centimeters from the camera, find the height of the object. I'll give you these options. So here we are going to first sketch a pinhole camera. Then we shall put an object somewhere. Then we don't know its height, but the good thing we know that the distance from the pinhole is 25. So that 25 becomes the object distance. Then shall draw rays, 2 rays through the pinhole, from the top and also from the bottom of the object through the pinhole. That means the image will now be inverted and diminished. The good thing they already told us that the height of the image is 5. And that the pinhole is of, here they said, pinhole of length this. So this is the length which becomes the image distance. So you have object distance and image distance. We have image height but no object height. The good thing, magnification can be got in 2 ways. One in terms of distance and in terms of heights. So we are going to equate the 2 and then substitute. Substitute for V, for U, for HI, and we need object height. It is the only unknown, and the first thing to do is to cross multiply. Then you shall make H the subject by dividing both sides by 20. So you realize that this one is okay when compared with this. Okay, let's first write it here. When compared with that, it is okay. But this one is not okay. This is not okay. And this is not okay. So the correct answer will be A. 25. The coils of a solar heater are black because they Part A reflect all the heat energy better. Part B, they radiate heat quickly and better. And Part C, they absorb radiant energy faster and better. And Part D, they retain energy. So they said black, and here they said reflect all heat energy. It is not okay because black is a good absorber. Then they said radiate heat energy. Radiating is transmitting. It is not okay because black absorbs. Then here they have the word we want, absorb radiant energy faster. So because of this word absorb, this will be okay. Retain heat energy. It is okay they retain, but here but the reason why they said black, it is because they absorb it faster and better. So somehow this is somehow correct, but the better one is this. So the correct answer will be C. Question 26. A pupil of mass 20 kilograms takes 40 seconds to climb a tree, which is 25 meters high. Find the average power developed. So we know that power is work done over time, and work done is force times distance, where force is the weight and distance is the height, vertical height. So the good thing we know with the mass is 20, put it here. G is a constant. Then height is here, put it there, and time is here. Okay, now they didn't tell us to simplify if you look at the format of these questions. So we shall compare which one is correct. This one is not okay. This one is not okay. This one is not okay because this was up, yet it's supposed to be down. And the correct format is D. Then 27 says, when forces acting on a moving body are in equilibrium, the body, part A, slows down at a steady speed. Remember, they have told us equilibrium and forces are acting. So equilibrium means the forces are equal and opposite. So here they said slows down at a steady slow speed. It is not okay because of this word slows. Moves in a straight line at a steady speed. This is okay because there is no change, there is no acceleration, and there is no change in velocity. That's why this word steady means there is no change in velocity. Moves in a straight line. Okay. Speed up. So this word is speed up is what makes this not okay. Comes to a state of rest. So this word comes to means it was moving, then it stopped. It is not okay. So the only option is B. Then question 28 says, figure 3 shows refraction of light through one face of a glass block at an angle of refraction 26 degrees. Find the refractive index of the block. Now here they tricked you. The angle of refraction was okay, it was on the normal. But here they didn't give the angle of incidence. What they gave is called the glancing angle. So most students thought this is the angle of incidence and it was not okay. So what do we do? The first thing to do is to get the angle of incidence. The remaining part here is 90 minus 52. The angle of refraction is well given. Then we shall come and remember that refractive index is sine I over sine R. Sine I is this, sine R is that. And that's what they want. So we are going to compare. This is not okay. Then if you look at this, it is not okay. If you look at this, it is okay. And this one, not okay. So the only answer is C. Then question 29 says, which of the following properties of cathode rays shows that they possess energy? They affect photographic plate, meaning they possess energy. They cause a small pedal in their path to rotate. No. They cast a sharp shadow on a screen when an object is placed in their path. This is okay, but it does not depict that they have energy. This one shows that they travel in straight line. So this is the property of cathode rays, but it only shows that cathode rays travel in a straight line. But our question wants the property to show that they possess energy, meaning the only correct part is Roman 1. So Roman 1 only. Good, we have got what we want. This is not okay, not okay, not okay. So part A is correct. Question 30. Figure 4 shows 3 resistors, each of resistance 2 ohms, connected across a battery of EMF 3 volts. Find the current supplied by the battery. So we need to find out which resistors are in parallel and which one are in series. So let's first look at this calculation. So we're going to first redraw what was given. Now from here, you shall remember that current moves from positive through the circuit and back to the dry cell. So let's draw those arrows to show the current. When it reaches here, there's a junction, so it has to divide into 2. One goes that side and the other one goes this side. When it reaches here, there's a junction, so these two have to combine to get the original current. Okay, now how do you know which resistors are in series and which resistors are in parallel? Each time the resistors which have a different current going through them will be in parallel. So here, this is in parallel with this set of resistors. But again, these two have the same current, I2, meaning these two are in series. Therefore, the first thing to do is to combine these two. Then we can get a resistor, a single resistor which is in parallel with this one. So you come and say that combining R1 and R2 in series, we shall get this 4 ohms. Now let us redraw for you to easily understand it. Let us redraw the circuit whereby this has been replaced by only one resistor, and that will be R4, as you can see here. Then let's move the current again. So it reaches here, there's a junction, so it divides. One goes this side, another one goes this side. Then at this point they combine to get the original current. So here there is still change in current, so here the current through this is different from this, meaning they are in parallel. Now we are going to combine 2 resistors in parallel. The good thing, there is a short formula which says product over sum. So product of the resistors over sum of the resistors to give you 4 over 3 ohms. Now we have got, let us redraw where these ones have been combined into only one resistor. Now when current flows, the total current flows through that resistor. Therefore, this is the total voltage, total resistance, and this can be total current. So you come and say that V is equal to IR. Therefore, V total, R total, I is what they want. So make it the subject. So we're going to first cross multiply to give you this, then divide both sides by 4 to give you that. So you have managed to get current. That's what the question wanted. Question said, find the current supplied by the battery. So we have got what they want. So this is not okay, this is not okay, this is not okay, and this is the answer they want. Then question 31. Which one of the following physical properties is applied in a mercury in glass thermometer? Length, pressure, density, electrical conductivity. Remember, mercury, it involves mercury in glass thermometer. We base on the length of the mercury column. So length is okay, but pressure is not okay, density and electrical conductivity is not okay. So we shall come and say that the correct answer is A. Then 31. Which of the following sources of light is a natural luminous object? This is the word natural. When there's the word natural, then the only option will be the sun. These are not okay. Then question 33. Which one of the following sources of energy are renewable energy? So part A, they said solar, biogas, tidal, which is okay. Then here we have fossil, nuclear energy, tidal, nuclear and tidal. Then solar, nuclear, biogas. Then solar, tidal and fossils. So here, when you look at solar, it is okay, biogas is okay, tidal is okay. When you come here, fossil is not okay. Then nuclear is not okay. Tidal is okay. So this is entirely off. Here, solar it is okay, nuclear not okay, biogas okay. So it is also not off, it's also off. Solar is okay, tidal is okay, but fossil is not okay. So this one is also off. So the only correct part which has all correct is part A. Now we shall go to question 34, which says, which one of the following devices changes mechanical energy to electrical energy? Motor, is it okay? No. Generator, it is okay. Microphone, no. Then loudspeaker, no. So the only option will be a generator. Then 35, an electric iron rated 1500 watts is used to iron for 45 minutes. If each unit of electricity costs UGX 500, calculate the total cost of using the electric iron. So we know the formula that total cost is equal to power in kilowatts times time in hours times the cost per unit. So we are going to substitute, convert this watts to kilowatt to give you this. Convert this minutes to hours to give you this. And this is the cost for each unit. So when you use the calculator, we don't need to use the calculator, but we need to compare. You realize that this is okay. This is not okay because there is this reciprocal. This is not okay. This is also not okay. So it is part A which is correct. 36. The canvas of a tent is able to keep out rain, water because of capillary attraction? No, because this involves rising of water level. Surface tension? Okay. Cohesion forces? No. Diffusion? No. So the correct answer is B. 37. 37 says, Nuclear fission may be used in X-ray production, nuclear reactor, nuclear bombs. So you know that nuclear fission cannot be used in X-ray production, but it can be used in nuclear reactors and also in nuclear bombs. So 1, 2, 3 is not okay because of this. Here there is also Roman 1, so it's not okay. Here 2 and 3 it is okay. Here there is Roman 1, it is not okay. So the correct answer will be C. So now we shall go to question 38. 38 says figure 5 shows a bar magnet which is broken at P. Which one of the following pairs shows the correct polarity of X and Y? So this is north, meaning this should be south, and this should be north because this is south. Therefore, we shall look for X as south and Y as north. X north, it is not okay. We have south here, and here we have north is not okay. We have south here. Now let's look at corresponding Y. Y should be north, so this is not okay. We have south, north here. This is not okay. We have north here, and we have south here. So the statement which has both correct is B. So you come and say that the answer is B. Then question 39, which one of the following is /R applications of capillarity? We have wick in paraffin stove, absorption of moisture in towel, movement of molecules of paraffin from high concentration to low concentration. So this is okay, there's capillarity, it is okay, there's capillarity, but this one is diffusion. So it is not okay. Now if everywhere we see Roman 3, we shall just remove it. Roman 3, we shall remove. Roman 3, we shall remove. Then realize that the correct answer is C. Then question 40, figure 6 shows a toothed wheel rotating and producing sound by a holding cord. What is the effect of increasing speed of the wheel? So when you increase speed of the wheel, what will happen? And those because of that intersection, point of intersection. So here I shall say a decrease in the pitch. So decrease, it is true, pitch is affected, but does it decrease? No. An increase in the pitch is affected, and does it increase? Yes. A decrease in the speed of sound, is it true? No. Increase in speed of sound, is it true? No. So it is only B. Now we shall go to section B. Section A, remember it was objectives. Now section B is short answer questions, and the answers have to be written in the spaces provided. So question 41 part A says, state the law of moments. So the law of moments states that when a body is in mechanical equilibrium, the sum of clockwise moments about a point is equal to the sum of anti-clockwise moments about the same point. So you need to see the word clockwise moment, the word anti-clockwise moment, and the word same point. Part B says list 2 factors which affect the stability of a body. So one will be the base area of the base of the body. When the area of the base is big, is large, then there is stability increases. When it is small, stability reduces. Then to the position of the center of gravity of the body. When the center of gravity is raised, the stability reduces. And when the center of gravity is lowered, stability increases. And that's how the marks would be got. Then part C, why does a body thrown upwards eventually come back to the ground? So a body thrown upwards eventually comes back to the ground because of the gravitational force, because the gravitational force pulls it towards the center of the earth. Alternatively, you can say it is because the force of gravity acts on it vertically downwards. As simple as that. Remember, these are short answer questions. So what you wanted is the word gravitational force and the word pulling it towards the center. That is one. Another one could be the word force of gravity acting vertically downwards. So any of the two explanations, you get to save the 2 marks. Question 2, part A, Roman 1 says, what is meant by inertia of a body? So inertia is the reluctance of a body to start moving once at rest or to stop moving once it has begun to move. That is one way. Alternatively, you can say it is the property of a body to resist change in its state of rest or change in its state of uniform velocity. Any of the two is okay. Then Roman 2, explain Newton's third law of motion. Here they gave you 1 mark, meaning they only wanted you to state. So you come and say that Newton's third law states that for every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction. And you stop there. Part B says a truck of 1 ton traveling at 25 meters per second accelerates uniformly to 40 meters per second in 5 seconds. Calculate the accelerating force. So you come and say from first equation of motion, V is 40, U is 25, T is 5. So A is the only unknown. They simplify, take 25 this side to come up with 15. Then this and this gives you 5A. Next is to make A the subject, shall divide both sides by 5 to get A as 3. But the question wants accelerating force. So we know that force is equal to MA from Newton's second law. And M should be mass in kilograms. This is 1 ton. So we have to convert it to kilograms. That's why you say here the word 1,000. Because 1 ton is equal to 1,000 kilograms. Then A is what you have got here. So substitute, and that will be the accelerating force. And that's how marks would be awarded. 43, part A, Roman 1 says, define the principal focus of a convex mirror. So principal focus of a convex mirror is the point on the principal axis from which rays originally parallel and close the principal axis appear, this word has to be seen, appear to converge after reflection from the mirror. Then Roman 2, state one reason why convex mirrors are used as driving mirrors. So one could say they have a wide field of view, and one could say they give upright images. And that's how marks will be awarded. Then part B, an object O is placed in front of a convex mirror of principal focus F and center of curvature C as shown in the figure. Draw rays to determine the position and nature of the image formed. So first is a ray parallel and close to the principal axis. It will be refracted to appear passing through the principal focus. Then a ray through the center of curvature is refracted back along the same path. So a ray which appears to pass through to come from the center of curvature is refracted back along the same path. Now this intersection is the head of the image. So basically that's what they wanted. So one is for this ray, another one is for its reflection, then the ray incident, both arrows seen, and the image. So that's how we could get the 2 marks. Then question 44 part A, define radiation as applied to heat. So radiation is the transfer of energy from one place to another without any help from the material between the places. Part B, explain why water in a saucepan boils starting from the top. So this is because of convection currents, where the heated water becomes less dense and rises up, while the cold water, which is more dense, moves down to the bottom. And in this way, water in the saucepan will start boiling from the top. Then part C, state 2 reasons why water is not used in thermometers. One could be that water is a poor conductor of heat. Another one could be water has an anomalous expansion. Another one could be water is transparent and can't be easily seen. Another one could be that water wets the surface of the glass tube, which makes it difficult to take its reading. So this is the reading. There is an A missing. So that's how marks will be awarded. Then question 45 part A says, what is meant by ultrasound? So ultrasound is a sound wave with frequency above the upper audibility limit. Part B, a boat on the surface of water in a lake sends sound vertically to the bottom of the lake. If it takes 0.4 seconds to hear the echo, and the speed of sound in water is this, find the depth of the lake. So an echo is a reflected sound, so it moves from here to the bottom and then back. Meaning that if this is D from here to here, the entire distance traveled by this sound will be 2D, because this is D going down and D coming back. So speed of sound will be distance moved, which is 2D, over time taken, which is T. So come and substitute. Speed was given, D is not given, but time was given. So cross multiply and divide both sides by 2 to get the value of D. And that's what they wanted. So that's how the marks will be awarded. 46 part A says, state Ohm's law. So Ohm's law states that under constant physical conditions and constant temperature, the PD across the conductor is directly proportional to the current flowing through it. That was part A. Part B, state one difference between a live wire and a neutral wire in domestic wiring. So the neutral wire is earthed to the local substation and is therefore at 0 potential, while the live wire is at a potential of 240 volts. Then part C, a 60-watt bulb is connected to a 40-volt main supply. How much energy is dissipated by the bulb in 10 minutes? We know that electrical energy is power times time. So power time in seconds to give you 10 joules. And that's what they wanted. So that's how marks would be awarded. 47 Part A, list any two states of matter. So you have solid, liquid, gases. You just choose any two. Part B says, a small crystal of blue copper sulfate is introduced at the bottom of the beaker containing water using a straw. The setup is left undisturbed for some time. Explain what is observed. So here the crystal will dissolve, forming a blue solution which spreads in all directions, resulting into a uniform solution. That was Roman 1. Roman 2, how would an increase in temperature of the setup affect the observation? So an increase in temperature increases kinetic energy of the molecules of the crystal, which makes them to spread faster, so the speed increases. So that's how those marks would be awarded. Then question 48, Part A, state Lenz's law. So Lenz's law states that an induced current flows in such a direction that its magnetic effect opposes the change through which the current has been produced. So that is one way. Another way could be that it states that the direction of the induced EMF is such as to oppose the change causing it. So any of the two is okay. Then part B, name one non-metal which is a conductor of electricity. So we only have one non-metal which is a conductor of electricity, and that is carbon. Part C, list two ways the EMF obtained from a simple dynamo can be increased. So one, by increasing the number of turns in the coil, and two, by increasing the speed of rotation of the coil, and three, by increasing the cross-section area of the coil, and lastly, by using a stronger magnet or a magnet of higher magnetic flux density. So that's how marks would be awarded. Question 49, Part A says, a bar magnet is placed with its south pole facing the Earth's geographical north. Draw the resultant magnetic field pattern. So you come and first draw the magnet and the compass direction to show the geographical north. So this is the south pole facing the geographical north. Then the field pattern will be, first of all, for the magnet to be like that, then to be interfered with the Earth's magnetic field to form that pattern. But as we go away from the magnet, the curvature reduces until it is straight. So we have two neutral points, this and this. So that's what they wanted in Part A. Part B, why does the south pole of a freely suspended magnet point to the north? So a freely suspended magnet settles with the unlike poles attracting. Hence, south pole of a freely suspended magnet points to the geographical north, because unlike poles attract while like poles repel. So when there's a geographical north here, then this will be attracted. So that's how marks will be awarded. Question 50, part A says, what is meant by half-life of a radioactive material? So half-life of a radioactive material is the time taken for half the original number of radioactive atoms to disintegrate. Alternatively, it is the time taken for a given mass of radioactive material to decay to half of its initial mass. Part B, Roman 1. The half-life of a certain radioactive element is 57 days. Find the fraction of the atoms disintegrated in 171 days. So here we shall come and say that the fraction present is given by the formula that Nt over No is equal to a half to power T over half-life. So T is this 171, half-life is 57, so we simplify 171 over 57 gives you 3. Then a half cubed gives you 1 over 8. But that is the fraction present. Here the question wants fraction disintegrated. So fraction that decayed will be 1 minus the fraction present, which is 7 over 8. And that's what they wanted. And that's how the marks would be awarded. Then Roman 2, sketch a graph to show the variation of the number of nuclei against time for a radioactive material. So we shall need the axis, then we can put our graph, which is decaying. So the curve has to be correct and axes have to be labeled for you to get the 1 mark. So that brings us to the end of this video. Thank you for watching, and be reminded the next video will be on Senior 4 Physics 2 for Uneb 2022. So if you have not yet subscribed, please click on the subscribe button below this video so that you can receive updates when the next video has been uploaded. And also, if you know of any student who's not yet on this platform, please share the link of this video with them via social media platforms like Facebook and WhatsApp, so that we can all benefit as a family.